It's like, okay, at the top, you'll see where I'm going. Oh, we're live now. Okay. It says we are live. All right. I think we are live. It
Oh,
says, yeah.
are you
So
sure? I don't see you, but that's okay. We'll go with it, and otherwise, we got the recording.
well, yeah, Facebook says we're live. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today with the amazing Zakia Ringgold, and she's going to tell us about an AI for Small Business Owners Virtual Summit. And Zakia, could you go ahead and tell us a little bit about this amazing event you're putting together? And yeah, just tell us everything we need to know.
For sure. Well, first off, Bez, thank you so much for having me with your community. Hi, everyone. I am Zakia Ringgold, an avid techie, AI enthusiast, all the titles, right? But let's be honest, most small business owners are already overwhelmed. They're trying to clarify what they sell, create content consistently, respond to customers, stay organized, make good decisions or strategic decisions for their business. And now they're being told you also need to learn AI. It just feels like one more thing. And then it always, I keep hearing from small business owners, they feel like they're behind and they don't know where to start. And as I work with small businesses, many of them come with the understanding that, hey, I think I need to use AI. And that's always the wrong question. It's what is it in your business that you're attempting to accomplish in order to use AI effectively? So most people are starting with tools. They're going to the website, they're listening to the latest TikTok or Instagram or YouTube on the latest, greatest thing that came out. They try a bunch of prompts that they found, but without direction, AI just creates more noise. So if you don't know what you're building, the tools won't fix that. And so what we're attempting to do at the virtual summit is to create that orientation for small business owners of where does AI actually fit in your business? Let's get clear on what it is that you're trying to achieve and then work backwards in terms of then finding the right tools and the right workflow so that it doesn't create more headache for you, but it actually lifts some of that and makes you more efficient.
Wow, those are things that when I talk a lot about, because I play with AI every day. So when I talk to others about it, I have this assumption that you know they're they're at my level or even more, because I don't think that I'm at that level, but there's other people that are already not even there. So how do people who are a excuse me, here, something dropped in my office. um most business owners are not even, they're overwhelmed with it. So I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing. So what's the number one thing you hear a lot of business owners say to you?
The one thing is the content for those that have actually tried AI. They'll say that that doesn't sound like me. My brand would never say it that way. It's completely off kilter, or the content that's being generated just isn't of high quality. They spend more time reworking whatever it is that they've gotten out of it. And then there are those who just have not touched it because they don't know where to begin. There's the tool overwhelm that's happening in terms of should I be using chat? What's the difference between that, Claude, Perplexity, you name it. And then there's the all in one tools where they promise you that, hey, if you use this tool, you have access to all of them. That's never the case. You're getting a watered down version and you're missing out on some of the memory that is created when you use a specific tool. So that's just the generative AI labor or AI version of it. But then there's also the brainstorming part of it. There's so many layers and aspects, which is why we can't do the summit in just one day.
So, tell us about when does it start? Over, you mentioned you're having over several weeks, and the frequency of it, and tell us, what is the price of it?
Sure thing. So, your best bet is to get in now before we actually start having all of the sessions. So, the AI Summit starts this Friday, March the 6th, and it's hosted online, 100% virtual. So, you don't need to go anywhere. So, that's March the 6th from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can see the entire curriculum if you go down to that link there, links.businesstechlab.com/AI Summit. And what that'll do is that'll show you what we're covering over a series of 9 sessions. And I know people are saying, you want me to meet with you for 9 weeks on a Friday night at that? We're doing that intentionally. Every session will be recorded, but you will get the most value by being there live. And your ticket gives you both live access and the recording access. For those people that register before we actually get started this Friday, the price is $19. And I can give you some of the rationale behind the $19, but it's a steal. You are getting an entire AI curriculum that isn't just a tool hype thing like, oh, look what this can do, or you can create this amazing caricature. No, no, no. You are getting orientation on what AI can actually do for your business, where it makes sense for it to show up, and then also then matching the right tool for what it is that you're trying to achieve.
Wow. Okay. That's a great price. I hear that you're able to do that because you have some amazing people that are helping with that price. Am I correct on that? Or
You're correct. So I have a partner. I don't know if I can name them on a live stream, but I have a partner that is paying for 75 businesses to be able to attend, small businesses. So yeah, so that is what's allowing that price. But then also that price does go up as additional sessions are added. So your best bet is definitely that initial launch.
that is great. I love what you're doing for the small business community and the entrepreneurs out there because Um, I really believe that, as when the internet came online and for the normal consumers, and also that we had, the personal PC back in the day, these were game changers. And I think we're at another stage with that, with AI, because it's more than just a productivity tool. I think it's going to change a lot of what we're doing, but we're not behind. We can get started wherever we're at right now. And I think that's real important. And the education that's being done with this is amazing. What other things can you tell us about this event? What may be some things you'll cover, or where will you start? What's like the flow of it? Because I know you were talking to me about that last night in another group setting, and I really like the approach. Tell us a little bit about what they may get through over the 9 weeks.
Absolutely. So I hate to call it a framework because then I sound like marketers, but there truly is a framework and a method to the madness. The first thing is direction first. Getting very clear on what AI is capable of doing, but more importantly, what the individual business owner is doing and why it matters right now in their business. Not a someday kind of thing, like one day I want to do. No, what are those key tasks that you're doing? And then figuring out which layer of AI support they're after. Sometimes it's creative support, like I have this amazing idea, I don't know how to package it. Generative AI can help with that. But then sometimes there's the translation layer that AI is extremely good at in terms of I have these raw thoughts. Help me to translate that into a strategic plan or a marketing campaign or how I'm going to lay out my website or which tools I should be using. And then the other layer to have them consider is the precision layer. And this really works for a lot of people who have extensive background in terms of what it is that they do, but it's difficult to distill that and make it clear for others to understand. So we do direction first, then we figure out which layer of AI they're actually pulling on. And then finally, we layer on the right tools because we've identified what it is you're trying to do, where it fits in terms of your business, and then we map it to the right tools. And so there's no overwhelm there.
Wow, wow. Is there any, should people who come know how to use AI, or is there any specific one, or hey, come one, come all, we're gonna teach you from the ground up?
You definitely don't need previous AI experience. The one caveat is you do need to be in business. This isn't a general session. I am working on that with the library for AI literacy. However, this one is specifically for business owners. If you are running a business and you sell a physical product, a digital product, whether that be coaching, ebooks, community, any of those things, where you are trying to clarify what it is that you offer, create product descriptions, create social media content. Before you create social media content, we also look at creating your strategy for how you're showing up digitally, which may or may not include social media. If you need help with building a weekly rhythm, like it feels like you're starting over from scratch every Monday and you don't have a cadence, we're going to show you how to leverage AI for that. And then also, if you're looking to build systems for what it is that you do in leveraging AI, that's who this is for. And it's at a baseline. We're not trying to make you AI experts. We're trying to make you able to actually implement what it is that you learned. I know and I think my biggest pet peeve with a lot of virtual summits is you walk away motivated and inspired, but you're still not able to do anything. Every single session, you are walking away with assets that you can use in your business. So you're not just understanding what AI can do and getting excited that, oh, I know how to use this prompt. No, I've used this prompt and I now have a strategy for my business. I have a week worth of social content that's going to automatically go out on a schedule. That's the kind of results that we're after and the people that we're looking to serve with this.
Wow, that's I'm a big fan of implementation while you're there, right? And you're 100% right. A lot of people go to these summits or conferences, and they're inspiring, but they really didn't tell you, hey, what's step one, step two, step three, so you can actually put your hands on it and play around with it and implement it. So that's amazing. So again, what I'm glad you said who's it for and who's it not for. So that you have to, it's for business owners and that has, whether physical or digital products to sell. And for the price of $19, that's pretty good. I'll say that's a steal, and kudos to a sponsor that you found to, help spread the cost to bring it down so that it's, reachable for everybody, and
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And you know what, Bez? One thing is small business owners don't have extra time and extra money to waste. And what I'm finding and what I'm seeing with so many clients is they're buying annual subscription after subscription for all of these tools. But if you use AI incorrectly, you're wasting both time, money, and resources. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. But when you use it correctly, it really allows you to propel your business much, much faster. Um, One amazing use case is I wrote a grant leveraging AI. And of course, you never copy and paste, but I never would have been able to respond to that grant so quickly. And it was funded at $1.2 million from what I wrote, leveraging AI. And so previously, I would have had to hire a grant writer. I would have had to hire people to research the grants that are available. That's just one use case. But if I didn't know what I was trying to achieve, I would have never been able to get to the outcome that I wanted.
I love that story, but there's another story that I love even better, and that's the one that you
Hot
told the
dog.
other day about the hot dog stand. Could you tell us that story? Because I think that brings it down to a lot of people who have businesses and aren't using AI or leveraging AI right now. Tell us that story, and we'll end that story because I think it's an amazing story.
For sure. So, like mentioned, I do a lot of one-on-one consulting work with small businesses in the city. And I had a hot dog cart owner who came to me with the typical thing. I need to post more on social media, but I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to post, when to post, how to post, all of that stuff. And before we even got to the posting or what she wanted to post, I asked her to just describe her day. And this is something that you can do if you're struggling with this. Describe how you start and end your workday. And as she did that description, we uncovered that she had no appropriate closing procedure. So by the time she came in the next day, she was exhausted from doing all the things she should have been doing the night before. So then we created a process. And this, notice we haven't done anything with AI at this point. We haven't done anything with the social media. What we then did was we created a checklist for her to do every single night before she closes. And you know what happens? As she did that, the weight started lifting like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to do all of these things as soon as I come in the morning because I don't have to worry about ABC, XYZ. From there, I told her to tell me what are some of your dreams and aspirations for this particular business that you're building. And when she told me that, that's when I introduced AI in terms of using Suno. You all know about Suno. And we just put that into a prompt. And when she heard her vision of for what her business could be and what she was building and why she was doing it in a song, without my help, she immediately started thinking about, oh, I can show them when I'm setting up. I can show them when I'm cooking. She walked away with an entire plan for live streaming. And then I gave her it's like a hands-free device to hold her phone. It's one I usually keep here, but I gave her mine so that she had now agency to be able to create the content to support the social media that she was creating. So we only layered AI in once we had orientation on what it was that she was trying to achieve.
Wow, I really like that story. I mean, it brings it home for many people. I'm gonna show the flyer here, and I was gonna cover us up here, but so it's the AI for Small Business Virtual Summit. Learn how to implement AI in your business. It starts March the 6th at 6 p.m. That's a Friday. And you can register there at links.businesstechlab.com/AI summit. And, you'll be able to register for 19 bucks. But if you register after Friday, when you get to the next session, it'll be incrementally increased the price. So get it now when you can get it for 19 bucks. Now, do people get the recordings? What's some of the details that some people may be interested in?
Yeah, your registration gives you an all access pass. That's to both the live streams, the recording, and then any of the resources that are shared. So that can be the worksheets that are in there, the custom GPTs or gems if you're using Gemini's. All of that is there so that you can continue to plug and play during the event and then long after the event. Um, I don't want anyone to be beholden to Zakia's prompt library. So one thing that we teach is how to actually do that for yourself. And prompt engineering isn't a thing right now. Bez, I think you and I were talking about we tell the AI to tell us how to talk to it, right? So you don't necessarily have to be a prompt engineer anymore, but making sure that you have that brand Bible. That's the very first thing that we do so that no matter which tool that you're using, you can always get things that are specific to your business out of those tools.
That's amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Zakia Ringgold has just shared an important summit that she's putting on over 9 weeks, every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. For hours, and it's learning and implementation, and that's what I love about it. It's all hands on. Any final words before we end today? I know we could go on forever, but I know we both have meetings, and so yeah, I'll let you have the final word, Zakia.
Sure thing. So, if you are a small business and you are tired of guessing, you want real progress, not more apps. And if you're ready to use AI where it actually belongs, I do invite you to join us at the AI for Small Business Virtual Summit. As Bez has mentioned, it's a 9-week guided experience designed to help you build build something that's real step by step. And you can register now at the link below, links.businesstechlab.com/AI summit. Early registration is open. And as Bez mentioned, prices increase as we move beyond each session. So if you're going to build it right. And I hope to see you online at the Small Business Summit.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, folks, we are going to go into our meetings, and we'll play a little ending clip here. But maybe we'll just show this when we end today. But have a wonderful evening, Zakia. Thank you again for all that you do. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me, Bez.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, we will end. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.